Their best chance. So who knows?
And this might not move anywhere, but if you just come out here with a screw later on or something,
Yeah.
that wind could maybe out here in the prairie blow it off. Who knows?
Right.
Should be good.
That's a good point. Yeah, or even maybe
You can do it now if you want.
I could put like a little strap on it or something. Let me think about that real quick.
I've never seen. I've never.
I could drive a nail right in the front and just kind of bend it over.
Sure.
That would do it. Let me get a hammer and a little nail, or even put a screw here. And as I put the screw down in, it'll just hold that in there tight. And when I'm ready to undo it, take the screw.
That sounds like a pheasant.
Oh, my chickens!
Yeah.
They want out.
Do you have horses?
No, the original owners here had horses.
Yeah.
But that's why I think they couldn't keep it, because horses are a money pit.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, let me get a nail or a screw real quick, and then I'll be right back.
Okay. Great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So some of my former students, they'll come by and hay this in July, which I know that'll probably make the bees angry, but otherwise it'll go nuts. But I figure once they cut them down, I'll make sure I sugar these girls for a week or two until new stuff starts to come out. Because later on in the fall, I mean, there's tons and tons of what do you call it, milkweed and
Oh my goodness.
ironweed and all sorts of good things that I think the girls will like. Okay, it's not perfect, but I think it's a lot less likely to blow away.
Mm-hmm. Well, it worked. Okay, so you've got your queen in there. She's on that plastic little band or whatever they have.
Yep.
You have a hive tool.
I do. Yes. Where did I put that?
The hive tool you'll use to pop this wooden piece off.
Mhm.
Pop that off. And then you're really going to have to be fairly aggressive to get them down, because you're going to have to knock them against the box, put them in
Right.
one corner, okay?
Okay.
And then you're going to kind of go back and forth, and then they'll start dropping through that hole. So they're going to be on the bottom layer. That's why you really want to make them heavy, so they're at the bottom, okay?
Right.
That's where you're going to spray them. And probably use all that up and just spray them down really heavy. And then when you knock them, they'll all fall to the bottom. Then you flip it over and you'll just kind of.
All right.
Oh, those gloves! You see those gloves? You see how pretty they are right now?
Not for long.
Not for long. They get dirty fast.
Well, last October I helped a friend at church with honey, and it was his first time pulling honey, and that's this. But we had a good time, and I learned a lot just from that short experience.
Oh yeah. For sure.
So, all right, let me get this thing. Oh, we're already rolling. There we go. That's all right.
All right.
You mind if I talk over this a little
No,
bit?
I'll be real
Tell my
quiet.
students. Well, you don't have to. Please feel free to chime in and tell me what to do. All right, students, Mr. Wagner here. I got my package of bees. I got 3 pounds of bees here. And I have my mentor. He's helping me out, spraying the bees down with some sugar water. We're getting the bees nice and heavy, so that way when we get them out, they're just gonna fall out of this cage. Of course, there's a queen in here as well. So let's give this a try. Let's see how to do this. I'm gonna start off by taking this piece of wood off. All right. Now, need to get this can out. We'll throw the maybe not. Wonder what kind of, just an old coffee can? Well, it's coming out all crooked. Call me crazy, but I'm gonna. There we go. All right. They all went out. All right. Oh, this is the syrup. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's the.
I don't know why I didn't realize that. Okay. Well, great. So I suppose my next step is to loosen the queen and pull her out. That make sense? All right. Let's give that.
When you receive a package, it's about 2 or 3 pounds.
Okay.
And by the end of the summer, and that's, I don't know, like 3,000, 2,000, something like that. By the end of the summer, these will have 60,000 bees in them.
Yow!
So,
Yow! Okay, I'm gonna take the queen out. Ooh, she is covered with friends. All right, I'm gonna
Shake them right in there. Okay, yeah. Show
I'm
'em.
gonna show real quick. The queen is here. Oh, I'm showing you on the wrong side. She is covered with all sorts of other bees that are her attendants, keeping her fed. I can't even see the queen in there. She's covered up so well. I suppose I could shake them off a little bit, huh?
Absolutely. Put them right in that hive. There you go. You can put that in your pocket. Then they'll be out of the way.
Oh, my queen is marked. She's got a little
Sure.
red dot on her back.
Perfect.
So she's just hanging out right in there. So you're saying queen should go in my pocket. Whoops. Here, I'll put this over here.
Yeah, just knock those off and put them in your pocket, and then they won't be attaching to that box anymore. They'll be out of the way. There you go. See how they want to go back and help her out?
All right.
Now you've got bees in there. We're putting bees from this box in here. And
All right. So now we'll give them a shake, right?
yeah, get them to the bottom. Now big, forceful.
A clunk.
Yep, absolutely. More than that.
Oh, watch out.
There you go.
All right.
Now the dumping begins. There you go. Perfect. Now go back and forth, kind of teeter. There you go.
Look at that. Wow. This is crazy. All right, what do we do with the stragglers?
You can dump them. They'll.
Should I bonk them again?
Yeah, I would. Yep. Get them in there. We'll start putting this in now.
Okay.
Get those to the bottom as much as you can. And if your kids are wondering why I'm not wearing any gloves, I usually do. But on packages, they have nothing to defend. They don't have any larvae or honey or larvae or queens to defend right now, so they won't sting generally.
So they're pretty docile.
Yep. They're just trying to figure out their new home right now.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to put some drawn out frames in there. Those look great, by the way, from your plan down the street.
Yep. Oh. I got some bees trying to attend to the queen.
Yep.
All right.
And now that's going to go in between them, between the two wax ones.
Perfect.
Okay. And you said you want to do a slow release, so you got that figured out, right?
Yep. Let's see, where did I put my awl? My pointy tool.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not it. Oh, it's in my pocket.
So what you want to do is you want to make sure. Sometimes they've eaten through this already, so when you take this out, make sure your finger's over it.
Oh, so she doesn't.
So if it's
Take
eaten
off.
through, exactly. Yep. So just be aware. Kind of look to see where she is on this side. So if she's at this end, they do take off. So
That would be bad news.
yeah. So just kind of keep your finger close to it, and then make sure covers it up before she escapes, because she wants to get out.
Okay, it's plugged up with
Oh,
candy.
great. Okay.
I'll show that to the camera real quick. So here's our queen in here, and there's a plug with candy over here at this end. And the other bees are going to chew her free over a day or two, and they're getting used to her pheromone a little bit. Check the candy. Ooh, it's not too hard. All right. Now let's see, do I just set her face down in here?
You don't want to put her. You want this screen to be. I always do it like kind of at an angle like this.
Okay.
So when she comes out, and now you just push that wax together, and it will hold it. Push this frame and this other one together.
Push them together.
Yep.
Now here's my one concern: will the attendants be able to get to her in that time? Like, because the screen is on one side. You know what I mean? In order for them to get to her and feed her. So So is it a terrible idea to lay her down on top, or do I need to put her down in there?
You mean do it this way?
Yes.
I've never
yeah,
done it this
okay.
way, that way. I always release her, but
Okay.
you can do it this way.
Yeah, let's try that.
That makes more sense, especially if
And I just saw in one of the videos they said be careful to make sure that
makes sense.
the attendants can get to her.
Let's take one of these frames
Oh, look at that! Already busy.
off. Busy bees.
Already busy.
And then you can, in a day or two, or whenever you get back in here,
Just so we don't violate bee space.
not that I go anywhere.
Perfect. I'll squish these together because
Yeah.
I think they start building in the center first. All
I
right.
still have a lot of bees running around here. I'm trying to knock these in.
Oh, I'm standing right in the way.
Once the queen's in there, they're
All the
obviously-
other ones will
Yep.
get in eventually. Now, what I saw was I think Bill, he put another hive body on top and then just set that down inside for a little bit. For about 24 hours, I think. For all the bees to get out.
You want to put your
Our sugar?
you want to put this over the
Our
top.
inner cover over top? Okay.
Then that can go right over the right here.
And what I have here is I've got sugar water. And the sugar water, it's got a lid with holes in it. So that way the bees can come up and drink the sugar water. And the sugar is going to help them build out their frames. Set that right in there.
Then you put that
Alright.
over the top of it. I've never used one of those. I know these ideally go in the front
Mm-hmm.
and stick right in there, but I always have heard that they initiate robbing.
Okay.
So this is probably the best way with a new hive.
And I figured if I need to, I can put in a second one over here too.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll come up here. And
I use buckets, but it's the same exact concept. Same thing.
now, should I put that inside here?
Yeah, you can. Sure.
Let me scooch this over a little bit, and then I suppose we'll just set it on its side maybe, so
Sure.
that way the bees can get out.
I like it. Very good.
Well, then I'd be covering up the inner cover for them to get there too. Let's see here. Oh, we'll just maybe straight up and down like this.
If there's any crack, they will find it. It'll be through there. Perfect.
There, and then they can crawl right up and out. Get their sugar.
Now they're flying around trying to say, hey, our new home. Orientation. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
this is a cool place. Look at that. This is incredible. This is incredible. So I imagine they'll probably take a few hours to settle down, figure out what's what.
Yeah, if the queen is inside, they will be inside. Yep.
They find the queen.
They stay with her. They want to support her.
All right. And so one question I have is the sugar water. What should I expect? Like how fast do I need to replace that? Once a day, once every other day? Especially with a new hive, I would imagine they probably go through it pretty quickly.
With new hives, you want to feed them until they don't need it anymore.
Okay.
So they could take that down in, sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's a week.
Okay.
It depends. Depends how hungry they are. And if there's a honey flow on and the nectar is definitely coming in, they might not touch it at all.
Okay.
But they're going to take a while, just a few days to find out that this is a safe place. Our queen is happy. She should be, I'm guessing, laying in a couple days when she releases, right? So
Yeah, since there's some comb in there.
she's a mated queen. She has comb. So yeah, you should.
So we have an entrance reducer here, and the entrance reducer is, it's just kind of so the bees can guard their home a little bit. And they have a really small entrance to go in and out of, which is filled with grass, just so they can kind of like say, hey, stay in your new home, and then they're going to move the grass. Bees are pretty strong. They move the grass on their own, and then they'll be moving in and out. Queen's down in there. Look at that. That is something else. That is something else. Cool, cool. So, I think it might be time to say goodbye to the bees and put the lid on. Some bees hanging out on the lid here. And when I put the lid on, I'm going to be careful to kind of like, instead of setting it straight up and down, I'll kind of drag it across the top. So that way it's kind of scooting all the bees that are right here on the top or right there, so that way I'm not squishing them. Inevitably, I might squish a few, but we want to squish as few as possible. All right. All right, there we go. Now they just need to find their way in. And they're all set. That is all right.
Well done.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So you can already tell they're working at that grass. They want in. So let me in. Let me into my queen.
They really want to get in there.
Yeah, and I don't think it would hurt them to get in.
But everyone came out. If one comes out, one can go in.
There we go. So they're happy bees.
Still recording.
Yes. Here, I'll kill it. Turn it off.